has not been at peace, nor has the earth. Calpurnia still fears that my people would kill me. Who's within?
My lord.
Go and quit the press and ask me to bring their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
What do you mean, Caesar? Think you can walk forth? You shall not go out today.
Caesar shall go forth. All the things that threaten me will be banished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, but now they fatten me. There is one within, but the things that we have heard and seen, if you shall roam in the streets and yield up dead, take your ranks and squadrons which had made mark and had drizzled flood upon the capital. Caesar, these things are beyond. I do fear them.
Nothing can be avoided, which is proposed by the mighty gods.
When beggars die, there are no comet seeds, but the heavens blaze when princes die.
Cowards die 1,000 times before they're dead, but the valiant tasted death only once. Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house and he shall tell them you are unwell. I beg, prevail in this.
What say the priests?
They would not hit the state fort today, blocking the entrance of an offering fort. They could not find the hat in the beast.
Caesar knows death very well, and Caesar is more dangerous than he. Caesar shall go forth.
Forward, Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
Here, Decius Brutus, he shall tell them so.
Brutus, you have come in a very happy time to bear my greetings to the senators and tell them that I will not come today.
Most mighty word, Caesar, but let me know some cause, or else I will be laughed upon.
Calpurnia had seen a dream in which she saw my statue with hundreds of spouts, and pure blood came running from those spouts. She thought that my death is imminent and has begged me to stay at home.
This all dream is misinterpreted. The Romans sucking your blood from your statue from the hundreds of spouts, it signifies that they shall suck your spirit into be like you. This all Calpurnia dream is signified.
You have interpreted this very well, Decius. How foolish your fear now seems, Calpurnia. Give me my robe and I will go. Good friends, you have come in a very happy time. Let's go in and have some wine. Let's go through.
Good friends, every like is not the same, O Caesar.
Rome before the capital, the Senate setting above.
What now amiss that Caesar and his senate must address?
Most high, most mighty and most powerful Caesar, Metellus Timur throws before your seat and humble heart.
Your brother is banished by law. Remember this. My decision is final and it will not change. These goings and bendings are all useless. You not do this, otherwise I will spurn you away like a dog.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound in the great Caesar's ear? Who will repel my banished brother?
But not in fleeting, Caesar. I desire the Simba may have an immediate freedom of repel.
What? What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar, Caesar, pardon. As all these people follow not to Caesar.
I could be well moved if I were you, but I am constant as the northern star. So my decision is final and it would not change.
Speak, hand for me.
Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. Run hence, proclaim, cry it about the streets.
Liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement. Cry this to the local peoples.
Here comes Anthony. Welcome, Mark Anthony.
Oh mighty Caesar, those who lie so low are all the conquest glories called chunks of the civil measure. myself have to lay blood. There is no one as sweet as Caesar's death are, nor no instruments as worthy as swords made rich with your blood. Fulfill your pleasure, live 1,000 years. The trolls and the powerful spirits here have cut you off. Live eternally, Caesar, live eternally.
O Anthony, beg not the death of us. Though now me appear bloody and cruel, our hearts, you see not, are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome drives out fine. You receive all love, good thoughts, and brother temper.
Your work shall be as strong as any man that is disposing of new dignities.
Oh, pardon me, Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say what you feel in your heart, than a friend in a cold modesty.
Our reasons are of all good kinds. That you were, Mark Antony, as a son, you should be satisfied.
That son I see, and I am more oversuited that I may produce his body to the marketplace. I shall speak in his honor.
Be it so, you.
A word with you, Brutus. Do not consent Antony to the furnace.
By your pardon, I will myself go into the pulpit first and speak about Caesar. What Antony shall speak, I shall protest.
I like it now, Brutus.
Mark Antony, prepare the body. You shall not in your funeral, but blame us, but speak all goods you can. You shall speak when my speech has been ended.
Sure, Brutus.
Prepare the body then.
Enter Brutus and Cassius, and a throne of citizens.
Be patient till the last.
We will be satisfied. Let us be satisfied.
Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent so that you may hear and believe for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, so that you may believe, censure to your wisdom, awaken your senses, and may be the better judge. If there is any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar, to him I say, Brutus love to Caesar no less than his. And if that friend demands why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I love Brutus less, but that I love Rome more. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is fear for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, but death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would not be a bondman? If any speak for him, have I offended? Who is here so rude that would not love his country? If any speak for him, have I offended? Who is here so vile that would not be a Roman? If any speak for him, have I offended? I pause for a reply.
None, Brutus, none.
Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. The caution of his death is enrolled in his capital, and his glory exfoliated. Lord, his offense enforced him, for which he suffered death. As Caesar was my best lover, I slew him for the good of Rome. I have the same dagger for myself, which shall please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus, live.
Alone, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Caesar. Do grace to Caesar's corpse, by which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make.
Friends, Romans, countrymen,
Be so. Let us hear it.
countrymen, I come here to worry Caesar, not to praise him. As you all know, that the evil that man does lives after him, but the good that man does is oft interred with his bones. And so had Brutus told you that Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, then it was a grievous fault, and grievously had Caesar answered it. If any of you object, you can say now, because I, Mark Antony, I have come to say that I know, not what I believe. Caesar was my friend too. He was fair and just to me too. But Brutus says that he was ambitious. And sure, Brutus is an honorable man. He had brought many captives home to Rome, and many ransoms did the general Rome coffer fill. But Brutus does not see the ambition in that. In fact, he thinks that Caesar was ambitious. And sure, Brutus is an honorable man, and so are all the others. All the duties and all the responsibilities that Caesar had taken upon you. Now you have loved Caesar once, without any reason. Now what reason holds you here, that you might not weep for him? Are you so selfish and so cruel that you would not let Caesar's deeds affect you? You
somebody, then it will not permit you. Then it is yours. I have done my part. I have my heart in the same coffin as Caesar, and I have a pause until my heart comes back.
He thinks there is much reason in his sakes.
If this is certainly right, Caesar has a great wrong.
If it be found so, some will dare abide it.
As he refused the crown, he is not ambitious.
There is not a nobler man than Antony.
You all know that Caesar did all his deeds for you people. And Caesar's word was stronger than all. But now he lies here, and no one of you, not even any of you, that comes here, and nobody is as humble to tell him that what you have believed. We all believe in the nobility of Brutus and the others. We will be revenged.
Revenge about,
See, burn,
fire, kill,
slay.
that not a traitor live.
This is what I want, brother. This is what I want. If you want the will, then I have the will. If you want the will, you can have it.
Go, fetch fire. Pluck down benches.
Plug down anything to burn.
Who did not fear it? A man who is very brave. So friend, hear me with a shoe drama. So friends, let us begin.
Into brute.
As a son, you should be satisfied.
That's what I.
narrator बोल
This is what I want.
एक पॉज किए
लेकिन क्लॉज तो अलग अलग क्लिप्स हो जाएगी ना.
And a throne of citizens. Antony is said to the mob of revenge. He then said to Octavius Caesar that the Caesar Neptune coldly calculated how to pose any future threat. So friends, thank you to all. Special thank you Hande sir to give us opportunity to play this act. We all want to say one thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.